indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the Pilgrim's pride, from every mountainside, let freedom ring.
Ann Williams says our invocation.
Let's pray. Let us offer thanks for our food, for those who prepared it and those who served it, and let us offer blessings to each other. Let us be a source of hope for those in need and contentment for those who are lonely. Let us give gratitude for our opportunity to serve through Rotary. Let us give thanks to all our past leaders of this club. Grant the wisdom and vision to the new leaders to plan adequately and act correctly. May all our members become quickly caught up with the spirit of service. Let power attend all the efforts of our leaders and members. Help us all to do our part. Amen.
Well, since President Mark, you can be seated. Since President Mark is not quite past president and is not here, and President John is not quite President John, this is what you get. Almost past president. So we're glad you're here. Tony Reed has visitor chair.
Today from Lake Hickory, we have Floyd Lucas and Robert Broom, and from Catawba Valley, we have Jason Herman.
Welcome. Thanks for taking out to visit with us. Any guests of Rotarians in the room? Of course, all in the back. This is Mark's idea, not mine.
I'm going to introduce Bill Martin. He's a native of Hickory, and his education here and graduated from Kellogg. He's retired from the food industry. Welcome, Bill.
You're welcome. Any other guests? Anybody got $1 worth of announcements? Seeing none? We have a couple of announcements. One, the membership committee will be meeting after this meeting. Just come down here in the front, and Linda will tell you what your assignment is. The Historical Association has an event this weekend, and you should have seen that. I'm not sure it may even be in your spoke, but it also is in Bruce's blog that comes out, whatever we call that, report. But anyway, this weekend, the 23rd, from 9 to 12 at the Harper House, there will be a special program about the polio work. They've moved all that display and everything to the Harper House, and so it's there. And I think there's a film. There's a lot of display stuff like that, and there'll be a special preview of Richard Eller's new documentary Miracle that will be shown in that time frame. So this will be just for Rotary clubs, really, to the head of the general population getting it. So 9 to 12 on Saturday at Harper House. Okay, any other announcements? Okay, Meg Locke is our Rotary Month.
Good afternoon. If anybody has a birthday this week, will you please hold up your hand? I didn't bring my list. Okay, none of you do, so to everybody else, happy birthday from Rotary. Messed that up, sorry about that, parents. I'll do better next time. Susan Huffman has a new grandbaby. Woo! That's a happy time. Very happy time. And I wanted, for those of you that didn't go to, or were not able to go to Mr. Dixon's memorial service on Sunday, we were, Charles Snipes was talking about our table, so he's kind of stealing my thunder over at yours, but part of my sunshine moment was gonna be that his daughter spoke, and it was beautifully done. And one of the things she said was that Mr. Dixon had been in rehab and he had not been in his pew. He had his own pew at the church every Sunday. That's where he was. I know none of you are like that, but he was. And so his daughter said, Daddy, when you get back to church, what are you gonna do if somebody's sitting in your pew? And he said, I'm gonna sue him. So I thought that was, I loved Mr. Dixon, and I think he exemplified everything that had to do with the four-way test. And I don't know that we can talk about and memorialize him enough, but I hope as I grow older that I become more and more like him, and I pray about that. So I hope all of you from your sunshine moments will say to yourself, how would I be more like Mr. Dixon? I think that's a really, really good way for all of us to think. I also had another, they ended the memorial with the song, Here I Am, Lord, and I thought that was such a Rotary, civic, servant mindhood, just a way to think that I just love that. So I want to tell y'all a story real quick. There's this guy, and he's walking down the street when he falls into a hole. The walls are so steep he can't get out of it. And a doctor walks by, and the guy shouts up, hey, can you help me? The doctor throws down a prescription, throws it down the hole, and moves on. Then a priest comes along, and the guy shouts up, Father, I'm down this hole, will you please help me? The priest writes out a prayer, throws it down the hole, and moves on. Then a friend walks by, says, hey, Joe, it's me, can you help me out? The friend jumps in the hole. And our guy down in the hole says, what are you doing? That's crazy, now we're both down here. And he says, yeah, but I've been down here before and I know the way out.
You'll get it later.
No, you get
Right.
it now. It's about helping one another.
I get it, Meg. I get it.
Thank you for getting it.
Wrong week for that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this is one of our really neat moments. We get to induct a new member, and Terry Livingston is our new member. She was not able to be here last week, feeling a little under the weather, and it's one thing I always hate is inducting a new member with them throwing up on your shoes. So we decided today was a whole lot better day to do that. So Terry, if you'll come forward, and Charles Snipes, who sponsored her, and Ann Williams, her mentor. Okay, I went looking for the standard member induction that I used last year, and I couldn't find it. And I got tired of looking, so I said, well, we're going to have a special induction instead. So I pulled out, as many of you do, the Rotarian magazine, which I hope you've not read it all cover to cover this month, because you're going to steal some of what I've got here. But Rotary magazine always has a lot of good things, believe it or not, and you'd be well served to read it instead of just throw it away. But John Germ, in his, he's our RI president, and in his message this month was about membership. And he says an invitation to Rotary is something that only you can give, talking about members. An invitation is a gift. It's saying to someone, I think you have the skills, the talent, and the character to make our community better, and I want you to join me in doing that. I'm the president of Rotary International, but the only club I can invite someone to join is the Rotary Club of Chattanooga, Tennessee. I can't make your club or your community stronger. Only you can do that by inviting qualified people you know to join Rotary in helping Rotary serving humanity. So we're glad that Charles recognized that in you, Terry, and that you will be a good member of us, and that we know that you will indeed make our community better. Also in this month, there were the top 10 things about being a Rotarian. And number 9 is because science says Rotarians are happier and healthier. So automatically, you're getting, we give and we get. We do both things here. So I'd encourage you to read those top 10 things in this month. I'm not going to give you all 10 of them. You have to read them yourself. We know all about the 4-way test, and we recite that all the time. And the 4-way test is something certainly that we want you to look at and live by, and in your work and in your family life and in your community life. But also there's a thing called the object of Rotary, and that is listed under Service Above Self with the Rotarian Code of Conduct, 4-way test, and the object of Rotary. And it's in the magazine every month. And so I want to go over some of that. The object of Rotary is to encourage and foster the ideal of service as a basis of worthy enterprise, and in particular to encourage and foster these. First, the development of acquaintance as an opportunity for service. So that's what we do on Thursdays. You know, Rotary is international, and it's zone, and it's district, and it's Hickory, and it's Thursday Rotary. And so it's all those things, and it's projects and it's service, but we come here on Thursdays to be with people that we really enjoy and get to know in business and get to know in all aspects of life. And we all think we're like-minded, and that's why we ask people like you to join. Second, fosters high ethical standards in business and professions, the recognition of the worthiness of all useful occupations, and the dignifying of each Rotarian's occupation as an opportunity to serve society. So they used to be very strict about your category, your classification in Rotary. They have really loosened that a lot so that we're allowed to have multiple members, but it used to be a very important thing, and that you would go out and try to find someone who was in a particular profession. And so all in all, Rotary, it started out as a group of businessmen, and they were all in a different business, and they were all coming together to share things. And so that's what we're doing here, and then to look for ways that in your business you can also serve the community. Third, the application of the ideal of service in each Rotarian's personal, business, and community life. So I've already said a lot of that. Again, not just business, not just personal life, not just community, but all three. And fourth, the advancement of international understanding, goodwill, and peace through a world fellowship of business and professional persons united in the ideal of service. And that's where we don't see the part of Rotary. It's really, I hope that you and I hope that everyone in here will be president of the Rotary Club eventually, because it gives you an extra insight. You start getting more information, you start getting in contact more with the district and RI in general. And we have a great opportunity with the International Convention being in Atlanta next year to see that. But many of our members have traveled abroad, traveled a lot of different places, and everywhere they go, there's a Rotary Club. It's absolutely amazing how many countries the Rotary is in. Even countries that are faring terribly, there's Rotary, and their Rotary is thriving. So anytime you are anywhere and see a Rotary club or a Rotary member, you're already introduced. So you've gotten that out of the way, and you can get on to doing some things with that person. So it's a tremendous thing. There are 35,247 Rotary clubs in Rotary International, and at least 1,235,100 members. And as of today, the newest one in the world for 1,235,101 is Terry Livingston. So please welcome Terry. Ann has her pen, and Charles has her name badge to make it all official. You can see I tasked Ann with the pen instead of Charles.
Thank you very much. Thank you, I appreciate it.
And anything you want to just say about yourself or Rotary?
I'm not a public speaker, but I'm glad that it's no longer a businessman's group, obviously.
Well, we did all we could.
But thank you all for the very, very warm welcome from the very moment I walked in here. I am a new face here, but I'm also a new face in Hickory, and didn't know that I could find another home other than Annapolis, Maryland. And in just under 2 years, I have found that in this town, mostly because I'm on fire for Lenore Ryan University and the Bears Club. And the community that rallies around the Bears Club is just incredible. And I look forward to, bringing that message to you all, and also all of your individual messages that you have to share with me. We do so much for the student athletes and the students at Lenore Ryan, and I'm so proud of that. I fit your group so well because my life has been in service. If you look at my resume, there's been a lot of charity, and the reason for that is because God put me in a very blessed life, and it's my responsibility to give back because of what I've been given. And I know that that's a motto that you all hold tight to too. So thank you so much for including me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Yes, all those goodies right there. Pretty good speaker, I think. Okay, we also are very privileged to be inducting new officers and board members, and we're very pleased to have Jason Herman here, Assistant Governor for 7670, and he will be doing the induction, and then we will actually have a current president at that time, and he'll close us out. So, Jason, thanks for being here.
Should have just stayed put. Good afternoon, Rotarians. It's a pleasure to be here on behalf of the district, and want to also let you know that I'm a member of the Rotary Club of Catawba Valley, and we meet at Catawba Country Club every Thursday morning. And I served as president of that club 2 years ago, at the same time that David served your club. And obviously David is a little smarter and wiser than I am, because somehow I ended up as an assistant governor and he did not. So, but the district governor will be here in a couple weeks on his official visit, and so I don't want to steal his message. But what I do want to share with you today is just to keep up the good work. Yesterday as I was preparing for today, I looked at your website, which is an excellent website, by the way, and I looked at all of the things that this club accomplished last year, and it was just amazing. So please know that Hickory is a better place to live, that students are better educated, that students have opportunities to further their education because of this club. So please give yourself credit for that. You have a lot to be proud of. The other message that I wanted to share with you is back at the beginning of June, I spent 2 days in Atlanta at a Rotary Young Professional Conference, and we were there to learn how can we attract young professionals to Rotary, and we spent 2 days talking about that. And the message was very clear what young professionals want from Rotary. They want business networking, they want opportunities for service, and they want to have fun. And that message was crystal clear when I left there after 2 days of meetings. So I had the pleasure of visiting this club 2 times last year, and I can tell you both times I left and I told myself, that's a fun club. That was a fun meeting, it was an engaging meeting. So keep up the good work. I think this club has a lot to offer young professionals. So just get out there and share your story, and keep spreading the Rotary word. So for the business at hand, I'm going to ask John Rambo to come forward for his induction. John, you have been elected to the office of President of the Rotary Club of Hickory by its members. It is an expression of their confidence in your leadership. John, if you would please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly pledge that you will faithfully execute the office of President of the Rotary Club of Hickory, and that you will, to the best of your ability, support the District Governor and Rotary International, and that you will uphold the Constitution and bylaws of this club? If you will, please answer, I will.
I will.
And I notice you're wearing your Paul Harris pin, so I'll give it to you. Thank you. Congratulations. John, on behalf of District Governor Gary Deals, I officially charge you with the office of President of the Rotary Club of Hickory. We look forward to a great year under your leadership. Thank you. John, if you'll remain up front, and we'll proceed with inducting the remainder of the board. And so, as I call your name, if you'll come forward, Mark Teague and Leslie Farrell Middleton, Dan Kirby, and then we have 3 directors, Gary Knox, Linda Lutz, and Susan Smith Walker. And maybe all of you could just stand up front here together. You're fine.
Andy Cody.
Andy Code.
Okay. Andy Cody as assistant treasurer. Okay. If each of you would just please state your name and the position that you're going to hold.
Andy Cody, Assistant Treasurer.
Gary Knox, Board of Directors.
Mark Teague, President-elect.
Susan Smith Walker, Board of Directors.
Linda Lutz, Board of Directors.
John Rambo, President.
I like that. Okay. Each of you has been selected by the members of this club to guide its affairs during the coming Rotary year. You have been entrusted with an important responsibility that will help shape this club's future. If each of you would please raise your right hand. Will you fulfill the responsibilities of your offices to the best of your ability and in accordance with the Constitution and bylaws of this club? If so, please answer, I will.
I will.
I hereby charge each of you with the duties of your offices and officially install you as officers of the Rotary Club of Hickory. I congratulate each of you. And then I ask all members of this club to willingly assist President John and your board throughout the coming year. And if you agree to do that, please answer with, we will.
We will.
Congratulations, your 2016-17 officers and board.
Okay. Greetings, my name is John Rambo and I'm proud to be a Rotarian.
Hi, John.
I am humbled and honored to hold this office. A little nervous to hold it 11 months early. David, I appreciate you coming out of retirement to assist with my induction and the induction of the board today. And I would like to, a few weeks ago I won this in the raffle, and as president I don't require it, so on me, please have a free lunch. It's, as I wrote in my message that you have in your spoke, this is going to be an exciting year. Hickory is hosting the district conference. We are expected to provide volunteers for that. I am already taking a poll to find someone or a couple of someones to lead that effort for gathering volunteers from this club. We won't be the only club that's assisting with that, but we are the Rotary Club of Hickory, and this is the district conference in Hickory. It's also the centennial of the foundation, and also from your Rotarian magazine, there's a number of things that are listed for celebrating that centennial. A couple struck me because of the next thing I'm going to talk about, but there was plant 100 trees, or create a community garden, or organize a drive to collect 100 items related to Rotary's areas of focus, books, water treatment kits, first aid kits, and donate them to a local organization. All of these are hands-on service related, and as Jason told you, young professionals are looking to be of service, and when they talk about being of service, they want to be hands-on, face-to-face with people that they're helping. And so you can look forward to that this year, that we're going to, Rotary has relaxed or expanded some of the definitions. Neither of those is the right word, but they have given us more leeway in how we meet as a club, and when and how often and how attendance is counted and what kinds of meetings we can have. And a formula that Jack McCaskill gave me is what he called 2-1-1, which would be 2 meetings like this one, 1 social and 1 service. Now, we don't have, I've spent the last 2 weeks trying to find service opportunities where 130 people could work together. I haven't found those yet. There's not a lot that even take 5 or more, but I have a couple of Rotarians already working on finding service opportunities. But what we'll probably be looking at is, we'll definitely be continuing the quarterly socials, but along with those we will have probably on alternating times, hopefully at least 4 service opportunities for us to work together as a club, but not just as a club, but to bring in new partners, to work with other community organizations. One of the things I learned, or was the best lesson I learned in my earliest days of nonprofit service or nonprofit leadership, someone said to me, the key to success for your cause is to, 1, become indispensable, that no one could imagine doing what they do without you. And 2, to show you'll get more people involved with your cause if you show that you care about theirs. So we'll be looking for partners to work with. Those partners will in turn help us find new members, and we will make our community an even stronger, better place. Also, this year, the Rotary International Convention is just 4 hours away. Not in Korea, not in Brazil. No passport required to go there. At least I don't think so, unless Georgia secedes from the Union. Our district is organizing charter buses to help us get there. It'll cost $75 a person. That's less than it will cost you if you drove yourself, less than it would cost you for parking during the length of the convention, not to mention the gas. We'll be talking about that more as time goes on. The early bird registration continues through December. I think that's $349. But the hotel is already filling up. And it would be great to have a big contingent from this club go down there for that, especially since it'll come on the heels of our hosting the district conference. Then there's Polio Plus. Polio Plus was the first or second thing that was mentioned in the district governor's brief that I received this week. And we as a club, since the raffles ended, we as a club haven't had a lot of focus on Polio Plus. But we're going to get back to that. And the event this weekend, the Miracle of Hickory event at the Harper House at the Hickory History Center, is an excellent opportunity to kick that off. And I have been in touch with Amber Clausen, and after I requested it, I asked her if we might be able to have some means of collecting donations for Polio Plus at that event. Now, as you might imagine, this is not something that's typically done. In a nonprofit organization at their own event doesn't typically do this. And she made a point of saying that to me, and then she said, but why not? So, what I need is someone we can have 2 donation collection vessels, jars, boxes, whatever. They need to be attractive. It has to be what we call passive fundraising. We can't be carrying the jars around and shaking them in people's faces. They're just going to be in prominent places. And I'd like some signage to go with them that explains what's going on with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and make it clear to everyone that whatever they put in that jar is worth 3 times as much. I'll hang out here after the meeting, and if you'd like to help with that, it'd be great to have someone, if you've got a graphic design background, to make that sign. I'll talk to Rudy Wright and see if he can get them made up really quick, but I need someone to design it. And then something something to gather the donations in. Be hopeful and have it be something large, because once it's large, then people might have a desire to fill it. So come talk to me after the meeting if you can help with that. I'm going to be there on Saturday for the entire event. They'll be showing the documentary twice, so if you can't make it, it'll be showing at 9:30 and 10:30. So if you can't be there for the entire time and don't want to miss that, those are the screening times. And then we're for an ongoing basis for Polio Plus. Susan Smith Walker, stand please. Susan Smith Walker has agreed to be our chair of that committee because she's and add that to her work with the post-polio survivors group and possibly work out a way to get those together. Please give her a round of applause for agreeing to step up into that place. And so I'm now going to start my year off right by letting the meeting end just a touch early. So now if Rick Say could come up and we could have the Polio Plus raffle, or not Polio Plus, they do that, no, the SAS raffle. And Jason, if you would draw the winning ticket, appreciate it. Well, and that happens. The last time it was the person who was selling the tickets. So.
Last three are 502.
The last three are 502. 502. 502. Anyone? Ah, there we are. Surprise, it's Avery.
Oh, wow.
With Bobby Bumbarger standing in, sorry. Avery's table, yes, I'm sorry. Oh, yes, thank you. And today we took in $56. There are 29 cards and one joker, and the total pot is $1,484. Bobby, what did you get? Oh, 3 of hearts. Free lunch for you. So before we adjourn, please don't forget to drop your change or a dollar bill or two in the cart buckets. Online makeup instructions are in the spoke. And just a last minute reminder, because it just hasn't been mentioned enough, this Saturday, Miracle of Hickory at the Harper House, Hickory's History Center, Saturday from 9 to 12.
John, are they showing the whole documentary or just the 20-minute version?
I believe it's the whole one, but I'm
That's
not sure. Yeah, because they're showing it twice. Yeah.
Good.
All right then. Oh, please stand and join me in the four-way test. Is it the truth of the things we think, say, and do? Is it the truth?
Is it fair to all
concerned?
Will it build goodwill and better friendships?
Will it be beneficial to all concerned?